beyond your wildest imagination. You can cast down those thoughts and those imaginations, those images that have been so big that it's become you, that it could become a nation full of folks. And that's what has happened. Some people imaginations have become nations. The people who think like them are with them. Can I say that again one more time for you? That the people that think like you have joined with you and have become a part of who you are. So they think the same thoughts that you think. They speak the same way you speak. And so if they speak the same way you speak, they think the same way you think, and act the same way you act, consequently the same results you gonna get that they've gotten. You follow what I'm saying? So here in this day and time, you need to cast aside that image that you got in your mind, because that image, imagination is the image of you, and so it's created through you regardless. You want a bunch of people that's just like you around you. You don't want nobody who ain't like you around you. Come on, let's be realistic here. Why would you want to be around some people that ain't like you? Why would I want to have some folks that don't think like me around me? That would be unnecessary, you know? So God, I mean, if you ain't thinking on one accord, it ain't like I can't speak to you. I mean, there's a kind thing in speaking to you, but if you ain't gonna believe what I'm believing, how can we walk together except we agree? We can't walk together if we ain't agreeing, if we ain't seeing the same thing. There's no way possible. And I gotta walk according to what God has told me. You know, it ain't difficult. He said, how can two walk together except they agree? If I agree with you, then I'm gonna walk with you. If I don't agree with you, you won't walk with me. Yeah, I mean, walking with me, there's a difference. You could say I'm driving alongside of you. That's different. If you ain't walking, you can drive. That's cool. But if you ain't walking with me in spirit, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? You can drive a car, ride a bus, fly an airplane, but if you ain't walking in faith with me, it don't matter what you own. The fact of the matter of everything is this, that if you've got the faith as a mustard seed in you, then you can move mountains if you trust that of God. Some of y'all haven't, because y'all been giving over to strong delusions, and you ain't no changing. You so atheist, agnostic out from all of the fake stuff that you done heard, that you don't know what is the truth in it right now. But I come to tell you this on this broadcast here. I'm telling you, and what I mean by that, and I want to make that specifically because I've seen some people that said on yesterday that it was kind of, in a way, it was like funny from me saying it from their point of view, but it wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? It was funny, but it wasn't funny to a certain point. And they said Jesus had the longest orgasm. And he been waiting for 2,000 years. He been coming for 2,000 years. Now, you can take that the way you look at it. It was, to believe it or God, they will be so, it is good. The 5th day, it is good. The 6th day, it is good. You got to understand that you are a creator that has the possibility to make some good. Stop talking about everything. It is bad. It is bad. Oh, it's frustrated. Oh, I'm going through hell. Oh, this ain't nothing but hell. Well, if you keep creating that, eventually that's where you're going to be at. You're going to make your bed there, but God still loves you even if you put yourself in that predicament. That you there. He ain't too far away that he can't snatch you up out of that. He own that too. You understand? You don't understand this, but God own hell too. You don't think he own it? He own heaven and hell. If he gave the ability to Jesus to take the keys from him, then he evicted Satan from his own place. Ain't that some deep stuff? If God Almighty threw him out of hell and gave him a kingdom, he went back and took the power away from him, from his only begotten son. So he evicted him. Now there's a vacancy. He ain't got no keys. He got put out of his own place. And he got the ability every once in a while, God let him run rapid and stuff like that. For what particular reason? To get it out of you, to serve him in spirit and truth. Because he know there's somebody that's going to try something, that's going to try to sneak over in a whole nother way. Like they show a little movie, how when Moses delivered the people, it's somebody that got to come out too, because they scared too. They don't want it. They ain't doing what everybody else doing to make it over, but they going to find their way through. They going to find their way to connect. They going to sneak. They going to do something stupid to try to make themselves get in, even though they wasn't really. There was 3 heavens that God has. I actually would see it as more than that, if you want to put it like that. Because we got more planets than that. So that ain't even been realized fully yet. What God has prepared to those that diligently love him. But one thing, the heavens, he created the heavens. So if there's heavens, oh boy, you don't know what could possibly be happening. When he said the heavens, shoot, that could be Mars, that could be Jupiter, that could be Pluto, that could be Saturn. That could be another country. You don't know what that means. When he say the heavens, it can be beyond your wildest imagination for you. For you, that might mean that. But I'm telling you that he created the heavens. So he got dominion just like he gave us dominion over everything. Now we as individuals got it. But not only that, collectively, God put us in something called a church, or you can look at us as a corporation, a people that gather. There would be another word that I would use, a bunch of people that got together. And so that's what we're doing as the God Corporation. We're getting creators that can create what's creative. And we operating our faith on this part. Yeah, we operating our faith and not by sight. Only trying to imply because of partial truths and half lies from those that you had heard it from it in the previous times. But I tell you that you're getting ready to connect to him like never before. The creator who created what is creative, and he's getting ready to establish you. I'm talking about everything that you've ever known is about to be established, and you can save them by giving it to him, and he'll give it back to you, pressed down, shake it together, run it over. I'm talking about he about to do some fruitfulness for you. He's getting ready to multiply. He about to replenish. He's about to do some destiny moves for you like never before. And I'm saying it's getting ready to happen beyond my wildest imagination and your wildest imagination. We haven't even thought of what God had prepared to those that love him. But one thing's for sure, he's got something great prepared for those who love him. Now, this is the thing that you have to do, is you come to God believing that he is a rewarder to those that diligently seek him. You got to believe. Say, but you have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things. See, if I know anything about anything, it ain't because I got it from the psychics. It's because I got it from the Holy One. So you better get connected to that Holy One. If you think I know everything, it's because 1 John 2:20 say that in the scriptures, and you flip it, you'll find out that that's there. You say, oh wow, I didn't know that. Maybe I should try it, see if it means. Let me talk to God like you talk to God and see if it really works. 1 John 2:20 say, but you have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things. So if you have an unction from the Holy One, you can know all things today in God. This is wonderful. This is magnificent. This is mighty. This is something you should rejoice over. It's stuff that your ancestors, your forefathers never had. Now you understand why they were just conquerors. And God say, we are more than conquerors. You understand why kingdoms were subdued now. You see why back in the day the kingdoms got overtaken, because they were just regular mere kings. Now I understand what happened in times before, because they got subdued in different countries and things of that nature. Oh yes, I understand now that they were just thinking, and they weren't really on their P's and Q's back then. But I tell you today that when you get connected to the connector, oh yeah, he's not 1/3, 2/3, 1/4, so you can supply the other half. I don't need you to supply the other half. I need God to supply all my needs. I don't need you to supply 2/3, 1/3 of it, and part of it. I need God to supply all my needs, because if I come to him, I must believe that he's a rewarder, not that you my rewarder. If you my rewarder, then you become my God. I'm worshiping you. And God don't want me to worship mere man. So mere man can't get no glory from me. That's deep. And he shouldn't be able to get it from you either. He shouldn't be able to get that. The Exodus 20:3, it say, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And what happened when you do? Them gods be perishing. They perish. They gone. Left and right, every God that you ever put it before you, that you worship, that you praise, has perished. Inwardly and outwardly is evidence. That's the evidence of it. Look at it. Do the evaluation of it. It's proof in the pudding that God defeated them. He said that he didn't want no other God before him. You put them out there, and look what happened. He defeated them. They failed you every time. So it's time to come up a little higher now. I think you're tired of doing the same old, same old. It's time to get connected to the connector, creator who can create what's creative. I think you're tired by now.